Battle of the Little Bighorn, epic battles under 3 minutes. June 25, 1876. On the rolling hills along the Little Bighorn River in Montana Territory, one of the most famous battles of the American West was fought. The United States Army's 7th Cavalry, under Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer, clashed with a coalition of Lakota Sioux, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors led by Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and other tribal leaders. The conflict was born of resistance. Native nations had gathered in defiance of U.S. demands to confine them to reservations. Thousands of warriors assembled, far more than U.S. commanders anticipated. Custer, confident in the speed and striking power of his cavalry, divided his regiment into several detachments to attack what he assumed was a smaller encampment. But the village stretched for miles along the river, housing thousands. When Custer's men advanced, they found themselves facing overwhelming numbers. Major Reno's initial attack on the southern end of the village was quickly repelled. He and his men retreated to a defensive position on the bluffs, where they fought desperately for survival. Custer, meanwhile, moved north with 5 companies, attempting to strike the village from another direction. There, native warriors, led by Crazy Horse in a fierce counterattack, surrounded and overwhelmed his command. Cut off and outnumbered, Custer and more than 200 of his men were killed to the last man. The battle stunned the United States. The defeat at the Little Bighorn, later called Custer's Last Stand, was the greatest Native American victory of the Plains Wars. Yet it also provoked a massive U.S. military response. Within a year, the Native coalition was broken. Their way of life on the Great Plains irreparably changed. Little Bighorn was not just a clash of arms, it was a turning point in the struggle for the American West, remembered as both triumph and tragedy. Fascinated by military history? Discover the battles that shaped history at battlefieldjournal.com.